Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Famous ACME Comedy Theater in Hollywood and to Hollywood Stands Up Open Mic Live. Now please welcome to the stage the host of Open Mic Live, Tindell.
Whole thing. There we go. We do that whole opening, that intense opening for this Open Mic Live. Welcome to Open Mic Live. My name is Tindell. I am your host tonight. Thank you guys for coming. Is this the highlight of your Wednesday or what? Come on, let me hear it. Yes, all right. How we doing tonight? Are we doing good? You guys doing all right? Yeah, all right. Someone's like, yeah, fuck it. I don't know. I'm doing okay. All right, where am I? Crowd work. All right, let's move on. If you haven't been here before, guys, I will be sitting over there at that table all for myself because I'm so important, and I have a light right there. I will be lighting you when you have a minute left. So that'll go on at 3 minutes. You guys have 4 minutes tonight. Oh, that's not bad, or it can be bad, depending on how you guys are doing. Let's see. We are recorded and broadcast live, so you guys can check this out on our YouTube channel afterwards, which is Hollywood Stands Up Open Mic Live. It's on YouTube. And let's see. The next open mic we'll be having is this Friday. And that will be leading up into a night of stand-up. And let's see, that night, for our evening with, we have Steve Benequist featuring Brandy Posey and Asterios Kokonos. And then the comedy nightcap will be Mary Mack, Jamie Brunton, Heather Truman, John Vargas, Josh Wade, Maria Shihata, and myself. And tonight, if you guys watch Conan, one of our alumni here at ACME, Matt Knutson, will be performing a stand-up set there. He was actually here last week, opening up for Kirk Zippenfell. And how do you get involved with our shows? Or did I say that name wrong? I think so. Zippenfell. I added a whole N. I'm such an ass. It was a good show, though. Well, it really was. For the nightcap, we use this show to book that. And you can also take classes here in stand-up, sketch, and improv. Also, another thing. I know I'm going through a lot of stuff that you guys have heard before, but this is a new thing for you guys. If anyone has a sketch or improv group, next month, starting on Wednesdays, we are going to have time slots available if you guys want a stage to perform. If you want more info about that, about getting up here with a sketch group or an improv group on Wednesday nights, come and talk to me after the show, and I'll give you that info. You guys ready to get this started? Yeah, come on! It's an open mic! It's an open mic, guys. This is it. This is the beginning and the end of the week. Starting, we are going to have Stuart, followed by Joseph and Jake, so give a warm welcome to Stuart.
All right. I could have sworn you made up like half of those names. You were announcing, like, it's Larry Zinfandel. Larry Zinfandel. He was on the show. Have you guys ever met? A celebrity you don't give a shit about? I feel like that happens a lot down here. I mean, I moved here not too long ago, and when I was here a few years ago, I met one of those celebrities that I don't give a shit about. I had finished playing a soccer tournament in Thousand Oaks, and I was with my dad after the tournament, and we went to this pizza place, and the pizza place was empty, except for us. But waitress came over, and she seemed way too old to be a waitress, though. She was like in her mid-hundreds, but she had this weird sort of smugness on her face, like some fifth grade bullshit, like I know something you don't know. And she walks up to us and she says, if you guys are interested, The Rock is in the back room, and he's taking some photos. So if you want to go meet him, he's back there. I didn't grow up with wrestling. It's not my wheelhouse. The closest thing I've gotten to being into wrestling is I took up cycling recently because I'm white, you have to, and I wear these cycling shorts, but they're not just shorts. It's like a whole one-piece thing that has these overalls as well, and when I wear them alone, they make me look like the saddest Mexican wrestler imaginable. Like I'm pasty. I don't even have a cool mask. My nipples are showing. There's a lot of problems. And So my dad didn't grow up with wrestling either, so neither of us really care to see him. So my dad just sort of shrugs to me. He's like, "You want to go meet The Rock?" Because my dad's an old Jewish man. And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's go meet The Rock." Because I'm an old Jewish man. So I go meet The Rock. Why not? I go to the back door, I open it up, and there he is. The pinnacle of Afro-Polynesian genetics. He's there. He's a large mammal. He really is. He's just there, and he's taking photos. He's only taking photos from the waist up, though, because he has one of those orthopedic boots on his leg, like when you break your leg or when you have surgery. So that only confirmed my suspicion, though, that he is our modern day Greek hero. Like he is today's Achilles. Like someone tried to shoot a bow and arrow at his heel, narrowly missed, thank goodness. Now he's still with us today. So finishes taking the photos, he sits down, and all of a sudden I'm waiting in line, like a line forms. There was no one in the pizza place, but all of a sudden there's people there. So I'm waiting behind this kid, and this kid has 2 DVDs in his hand. One of them is Walking Tall, and the other is The Scorpion King, which are 2 of the worst movies in cinematic history, and The Rock is in both of them. So the kid gets his DVD signed, and I realize I have nothing for The Rock to sign. I'm not going to have him sign my face. I just don't know what to do. So since I'm 14 and I'm rather socially retarded, as I am now, I decided that the best thing to do is to not even like move up in line, because I fear that if I get closer to him, to The Rock, and I say like, I don't have anything for to sign, I don't really care about you, he'll just rip me in 2. So I decided that the best thing to do is just wave awkwardly to The Rock. And what was great about it was that he responded with an equally awkward wave. He's just sitting down and goes, like this is as far as his arm will bend because he's so muscular. And that's how I got to meet a celebrity. Thank you guys.
I don't want to brag or anything, but I was actually in a movie with The Rock called Race to Witch Mountain. I was so bad that I got cut out of it, and I'm not even in the deleted scenes, guys. Yeah, so you can only trust me. I was there. It was all right. All right. Next up, give it up for Joseph, followed by Jake, and then Tammy. Joseph. Yeah. The other world's saddest Mexican wrestler.
Keep going for Ian. He smelled what The Rock was cooking, and it was defeat. So anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just Lawrence. I've also met a celebrity or 2 in my time. When I lived in Chicago, I worked at the Art Institute Museum gift shop for 2 days before I quit. And it's amazing. Why didn't I quit comedy like I did that? But one day I was behind the counter, and this tiny foreign woman walked up to the counter and said, "Hi, I'm Dr. Ruth." And I was like, well, no fucking shit. Who else would you be? Why would you introduce yourself to me? We all know who Dr. Ruth is, you stupid fuck. You dumb cunt. What a coos, that Dr. Ruth. More like Dr. Coos. Anyway, so Valentine's Day happened like a month ago, but whatever, haven't written any new jokes, so let's go into this again. So like a lot of you fucking losers, I didn't get laid on Valentine's Day. But unlike you fucking losers, I have a pretty good excuse, because the woman I was supposed to make love to on Valentine's Day was recovering from an abortion. She couldn't have sex with me because her vagina hurt, because she had just aborted a fetus. Fetus? Can you tell I've been doing this for a goddamn 2 weeks now? Where was I? Oh, yeah. Abortion. So, yeah, she couldn't have sex because she had aborted a fetus. Not my fetus. I don't know whose fetus was aborted. Dating is weird. So, ironically, instead of making love on Valentine's Day, we watched the TV show Parenthood while she recovered from an abortion. See the irony there, kids? I fear she will never be able to relate to that program. The story does have a happy ending, though, because she jerked me off. Hey, I want to dedicate this next chunk to Twitter's most hated villain, Steve Schneider. This is like one of the first bits I ever did, and I'll just do it. I don't really like it, and I'm embarrassed by it, but this used to be my closer. Think about that for a second after I say this. Date rape. I'm against it. Let it be known right here and now at the Acme Comedy Theater, also throughout cyberspace, that Joseph Larkin is no fan of date rape. You want me to buy you a meal before I get to rape you? What the hell is this, Russia? That's not rape, that's a date. So, you might have figured out why I don't do that bit anymore. It's not funny, but also I did it one time. I used to get like big laughs for that for some reason, which is horrifying to think about. But I did it one time in New Orleans, which is where I'm from, and didn't get any laughs, and then I said on stage, like, what happened there? That's usually a killer. That's a killer bit. And a woman came up to me afterwards and said, you know, I don't think people laughed at that because some people have been raped. Maybe you should take that into account. People don't think rape is funny because rape is a thing that exists. And it's bad. All right, well, this was a waste of fucking time. I drove 20 minutes to bomb here. Thank you guys so much. I will not be watching your set. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Check out his new show on Nick Jr., everyone. I want to see that, actually. That would be awesome. Next up is Jake, followed by Tammy, and then Giovanni. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jake!
I always laugh when my name is said with so much enthusiasm. It's like there's a trick being pulled or something. You can tell by how lethargic I sound. Does anybody want to watch Larkin's show on Nick Jr.? I would want to watch that. That's the claps that it deserves. I am a man that gets competitive about his misery, which is something that nobody gets competitive about. And I don't know why I do it either, but I have noticed when people say that they're like very cynical, I get very defensive and say, there's no way that you are as cynical as I am. Did you blame a girl outside of a theater for watching a shitty movie and call her the problem with America? Did you do that? I did. You're not as cynical as I am. You think you're depressed? Are you as depressed as me? I don't think so, because when I'm at a Best Buy, I go to the appliance section and see how long the cords are on the toasters to see if it would reach my tub or not. Are you as depressed? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Do you get lonely enough to where you wish you were mugged just to remind yourself of your own existence? Do you get that lonely? Right? Do you keep going along in this joke, even though people are just wondering where, are you going to end up in therapy like somebody told you should do? I can't go to therapy because I can't afford the intake session. It's too much. Yeah. It's like $20. I can't afford $20. But that's neither funny or informative, really. I just want to, impart you to that. I want you to like process that for no reason. I'm not going anywhere with any of that. I do want to say that I think the American dream is if you truly believe in wanting to succeed from rags to riches, just kind of wanting to burn down wherever you grew up. I think that's the American dream. I don't mean actually burning it down, because that would be arson, and that is a felony. Don't do that. But what I do mean is if you're like from a shithole like the projects of Peoria, let's say, and you would want to burn that town down, you would have to make like $9 billion to buy the entire town so you can get away with burning it. And like, you would have to reinvent porn or like cure cancer maybe to make that much money. and to just get away with burning it down. If you don't want to burn down your town that you grew up in, that's how you work at Blockbuster, I think. Or you work at Things Remembered, and then you actually end up burning down something. Not your whole entire town, but certainly the Things Remembered that you work at. And that's not good for anybody. That's not the American dream. You end up being, you get communism at that point, I think. All right. Thank you for all of that. I'm sorry. That was an admission of weakness, I feel like. I admitted that I'm letting the silence get to me, and I apologize. That's not professional. I should end with something, like a tweet that was favorited. So, blame those people that favored it if you don't like it. I'm going to start a ethics and morals-based water park called Slippery Slopes. Now, please give me $1 million for writing jokes. All right? Good night, guys.
All right. Jake, everyone. Give it up for Jake. Just because he doesn't like saying his name excitedly. All right, next up, Tammy, followed by Giovanni, and then Darren. Give it up for Tammy.
Hey, thanks for sitting there. Move this out of my way. I need space for my physical comedy. Also, thanks for people online. We should have feedback where I could read what they're saying. Like, this person sucks. I'm not laughing. You know who else is online? Me. I was online earlier. One of my favorite sites is Pinterest. It's a virtual pin board of ideas. And my page is pretty cool. It's like pictures of food, pictures of flowers, that sort of thing. But the people who have the best Pinterest pages are serial killers. They have the best. I swore I wouldn't pull this out. Gosh. Okay. So I was thinking about people being online, like I just said, and little boys are online a lot, looking at porn, And it used to be different. When I was a kid, I had to go find my porn at Hastings, a bookstore. So I'd go sneak a peek at Playgirl, and then little boys my age, they got to go to the woods where porn was hidden in trees. Anybody have that experience? Any of the guys? No? Okay, maybe it's just my husband then, and a couple other guys. But they told me there's Playboys hidden in the forest behind their homes. So I'm like, who's hiding the porn, first of all? Is it like a Santa Claus in the woods that goes in there and he's like, oh, I'll hide this for the good boys or whatever. But it makes me sad because now it's like nobody works for porn. All the little boys are just point, click, boob, easy. They don't have to work for it, they don't have to earn it. So I'm designing a game that'll recreate this. And basically, it'll be on the first level, they escape their house, go in the woods, find the special tree. Then they're immediately taken to the, Then they're immediately taken to the nastiest site you've ever seen. So it's just flaps and holes as far as the eye can see. I'm gonna call the game Porn Hunt. It'll be the second creepiest game I've designed. The first one was Meet Your Mincies. That's the girls' video game there. I was reading the news. There's a shortage of Adderall, and Adderall, of course, is the drug for people with ADD. And my parents thought I had it when I was a kid, so I went to the doctor to find out. Turns out I can't afford to have ADD, but I could afford to be dumb, I guess. That's what we called it. Just dumb. It's not true, really. I was also reading in the news, there's bat flu. Scientists have found bats have flu and humans can get it. So, great. Now I have to find condoms for bats. Right? Also, the biggest news, Snooki's pregnant. Yay! Yep. In the news today, yeah, she's pregnant. That's what I get for reading the news. MTV is going to do a spin-off show of Jersey Shore. I think it's going to be called How Many Days Will This Kid Live? A little morbid, I know. I feel really bad for centaurs, especially the centaurs with human bodies and horse heads. Because you know they're like, oh, I like apples. I've got a little dick. Right? That's probably how they are. Yeah, I'm gonna end on that. Thanks, guys.
I love the perk up over here on the news that Snooki was pregnant. Just, whoa, really? Wow. Just stood to attention. All right, next up, Giovanni, followed by Darren, and then Steve. Give it up for Giovanni.
Hello, Acme, interwebs, everyone, welcome. But I'm working at a gym right now. Maybe you're thinking, Giovanni, you can't possibly work at a gym. You're not physically fit. Well, I wasn't rich when I worked in a bank, and I wasn't sober when I worked in a daycare, okay? Sometimes I think, like, they look at me like they want me to lose weight or, like, do something, but I won't do it because, one, I don't want to put in all that work and then have, like, do a Jonah Hill and then, like, you know, do all that work and then you don't look any better. What a waste. Also, because basically I want to make love to carbs. They're so good. They're like sexy. They're so good. You guys looking at your laps know what I'm talking about? At your phones? It's awesome. I want you guys to know, though, it's more than lust with me and carbs. It's deeper than that. Really, I want to be in love with carbs in an old movie. Stay with me. Come on board. It would all be in black and white, and I would stand atop the Empire State Building, and carbs would approach me, and the night air would brush wisps of my hair across my cheek, and I'd look up and I'd say, I thought you might not come, carbs. Hush. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't want to hear your reasons, but we both know that I will because I'm mad about you. Months without a word, carbs. A telegram. But Western Union never. Is that it? I'll have it memorized when I actually work out this bit. I never received this. My darling Giovanni, stop. As I lay dying of influenza, carbs, you never Oh, all right, I'll continue. But on my heart, your name is ingrained. Stop. My love has been refined. Stop. You remain my delicate wheat flour. Stop. These are all carb puns. Refined, ingrained. With love, carbs. Stop. P.S. I bleached. Full stop. Carbs. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew you wouldn't leave me. Yes, it's true. I have belly fat. We made it together. Thank you. Thanks. I'm doing a gay show that I need to try some stuff out for, so pretend you're all gay for a little while. Pardon? I like to date both men and women. It's sort of one of those situations where when I'm dating a guy, I'm kind of thinking about girls. If I'm dating a girl, I'm like, this is great. My girlfriend, though, she dumped me, or as I will now call her, my Xbox. There are certain things I definitely don't miss. Girls, right? You guys have dated them. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Constantly. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? They always want to be in your fucking head. You want to know what I'm thinking? Thinking about your boobs. I wish you'd shut up for a little while so I can enjoy them in peace. Thinking about your dykey haircut. Care if it fits better under your Marine Corps issued helmet. It's ugly. Looks like a little mushroom from Mario Brothers. Every time I eat her out, I think it's gonna make me like grow. Thank you, I'm Giovanni Lanao.
You didn't have to, but thank you. All right, next up, Darren, followed by Steve and then Jeremiah. Give it up for Darren, guys.
Hey everybody. I love Chinese food. Fucking love it so much. But here's the thing: every time I go order Chinese food to take out, it is always the same. They are so nice to you when they take the order, but like so mean to their own. So I walked in and I was like, "Hey man, can I get some chicken and broccoli and some fried rice?" He's like, "Oh yeah, okay, chicken, broccoli, fried rice. That's a good order. Okay. Oh, I like your T-shirt. Okay, it says Thug Life. How ironic. Okay, hold on. Let me get that for you. Okay, hold on." No MSG? Okay. Okay, here's your order. Very good. Very good. And then you're like, oh my god, I forgot to order a Coke. He's gonna kill him. But here's my question. What are those guys like outside the Chinese food restaurant? Like, what are they like at their kids' t-ball game? Like, oh, Mrs. Johnson, very good to see you. Thank you for coming in last night. Your son Steve, a very good baseball player. Very good. Oh, hold on a second. Ling Wang at the plate. Hold on, hold on. I have no idea why Ling Wang never hit a t-ball. Thanks for those little hits. I'll take them tonight. I'll live off of those. I have a superpower. Everybody, you guys want to know what my superpower is? Okay, cool. Do you guys all speak English? My superpower is I pee next to really famous people. Okay, so I've been here 8 years. Since I've been here, really famous people. I'm gonna give you a short list of guys. Oscar nominee George Clooney. Yeah, take it, right? Robert De Niro, huh? Yeah, pretty good, right? Rosie O'Donnell, just a couple dudes. Just a couple dudes. And most recently, I peed next to David Caruso. We all know who David Caruso is, right? He's the CSI actor / really creepy dude. Okay, heard of that guy? So here I am. It's like a 2-stall. I'm in there doing my business. And all of a sudden he walks in and I'm like, oh my god, superpower activate. I'm gonna pee next to another one. This is what I do when I pee too, by the way, like this. So I look at him and I go, hey man, like your show. He kinda does this like, thanks guy. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe how weird and creepy he is. Can't believe his outside voice sounds like my inside voice. As I'm at the door, I'm like, hey man, seriously, kudos to you at the urinal. He goes like this. Hey, guy. Come here a second. So I'm like, am I about to blow David Caruso? As I'm walking over to him, I'm like, I guess I jerk him off for a guest spot. I haven't paid my SAG dues in like 2 years. And as I get closer to him, he pulls out his wallet. Okay, if he pulls out a condom, it's go time. And inside his wallet, everybody, this is what he gave me. It's a headshot of himself from CSI Miami. He laminates them, and he doesn't have time to sign the whole thing. He says Big D on the back. I was like, why don't you suck it, creepy Captain dude? You're rich, give me $100, right? Am I right? So I blew Caruso. Thanks, guys.
Oh, we all have a I blew David Caruso story. All right. Next up, Steve, followed by Jeremiah, and then Justin. Give it up for Steve.
Guys, you'll excuse me, I'm a little down right now. Drank a 5-hour energy. but it did not stand a chance against my 39-year depression. I recently pitched my story to the Discovery Channel show, I Shouldn't Be Alive, but they told me that I needed to have survived the disaster. I couldn't just feel that way. I'm explaining the jokes. I couldn't decide whether it would be worse to sell out or fail, so I have done both. I'm applying for a lot of jobs. You know, a lot of people will say they handle the "what's your greatest weakness" question with something like perfectionism. I just look them right in the eye and say, hot Asian pussy. I think every fortune cookie should say, you're about to eat a terrible cookie. Sing like nobody's listening. Dance like nobody's watching. Snore like nobody's sleeping. Fart like nobody's smelling. Fuck like nobody's resisting. I think we see that this philosophy gets a little out of hand pretty quickly, guys. I was recently on a podcast, but I'm not going to listen to it because I hate the way my voice sounds and who it comes from. You know, ever since, allowing women to serve in the military has really opened up a lot of acting roles for Michelle Rodriguez. Tetherball is a sport where two players compete to see who's taller. And I think Christians don't like abortion because Jesus was the product of God raping a virgin and should have been terminated. Today I watched this awesome, inspiring, courageous politician giving a speech. And the weird thing was, he had the exact same name as the president. Thank you. I saw yesterday that Kid Rock is endorsing Mitt Romney for president, which is perfect because they're two guys who can't decide exactly how they want to suck. You know, I make a lot of jokes up here, but I just want to say that I know in my heart that I really don't hate women or blacks or gays or Jews. And the reason I know this is because I do hate Mexicans. And it's a totally different feeling inside. One more. You know, I'm a big fan of the British Grammy winner Adele. But I gotta say, I really liked her work better when she was singing with Kermit the Frog. I'm Steve Schneider, thanks a lot.
You guys whipped into a frenzy yet? Yeah? Is this peaked already? Come on, guys. Next up is Jeremiah, followed by Justin and then Russell. Give it up for Jeremiah. Come on, give it up for Jeremiah. Jeremiah's giving it up for himself.
Hey everybody. I hate it when you know somebody who has herpes all over their mouth and they try to have a normal conversation with you. I don't want to have a normal conversation. I want to talk about your herpes that's on your lip. How long have you had it? Where'd you get it? Have you named it yet? It's huge. It's gross. What is going on right here in this area? Guys, when is the Hamburglar ever going to learn? I mean, he keeps stealing those burgers. Doesn't he work at McDonald's? Can't he just go in the back kitchen, fry some up, maybe get an employee discount or something? This is lively. Do you guys want to hear about reincarnation or paying the check at a restaurant? Thanks, Jamar. Guys, I think everybody at some point in their life has fought over paying the check at a restaurant. You know? Like whenever you go to pay, like somebody's always like, no, I got it. No, seriously, I got it. Like, no, I'll get it. Like, I think one of these days, like, I'm going to get in one of those fights with somebody, and it's just going to go way too far. I'm going to be like, hey, man, I got the check this time. It's okay, I'm doing pretty well for myself. I'll take care of this one. Seriously, man, this is all I got. Just let me pay this check. All right? Just let me pay it. Nope, I'm going to put it on Visa, and I'm going to reap the benefits. I need frequent flyer miles for my credit line. Let me pay the check! Is this how it's going to be? Is it? Yes, it is! Why are you doing this to me? Why? It's only a $23 check. Why are you doing this? What have I just done? I just killed my best friend. Whoa! Oh no. I forgot to pay the check. That's my time, guys. I'm Jeremiah Watkins. Thank you.
I think the best comedy is when it comes from a real place. Just a place of experience. That's nice. All right, guys. Next up, Justin, followed by Russell, and then Ryan. Give it up for Justin.
Thank you, guys. So I'm new to stand-up comedy. Just started, really, and I thought it'd be a great idea to sign up for a stand-up competition because I can make my parents laugh, you know? So I could definitely make a crowd laugh, right? And surprisingly, bombed. Surprisingly. And you know you didn't do that well when your friends come up to you and say, hey, you know, it takes balls to do what you do. That's when you know. And like that's not even true because my balls aren't that much more impressive than anyone else's, you know? Because before the show I actually had 2 glasses of wine, 3 Bud Lights, and 2 tequila shots. True story. So those balls cost $45. Yeah. Cool thing about this competition though was Bobby Lee was there, the comedian, and he comes up to me afterwards and he does 2 things that I'll never forget. One, he says I look like Maddox all grown up. Spot on. Second thing was he said he starts giving me advice like on stand-up. I'm like, oh wow, this is freaking awesome. What the not so awesome part was that like every piece of advice he gave me, he would like kind of like jab me like this, like so in the ribs, and he'd go, hey, you know what? You just gotta get more stage time, jab. You know, just try to be more yourself, get more personal, jab. And like after the second jab, I don't know why I did this, but I flexed my abs. And I don't know why I did that at all. You know, like, fuck stage time, I got abs. I have no idea. Tell you a story. I was texting a girl the other day, and a bunch of my guy friends were around, and like out of nowhere they start like pitching ideas, like text ideas, because I'm trying to like get, you know, trying to flirt and whatever with this girl. So they're pitching these ideas, and we're like not a group of smooth guys at all. So these are pretty bad ideas, but I'm like, yeah. I was feeling the ideas, and one guy was just like, text her this, I'm coming over right now. And like, that was so completely random, because the text I texted her before was something like, hey, what's your favorite movie? And it just went to, I'm coming over. And 10 minutes later, no response. 20 minutes later, no response. 30 minutes later, no response. So my friend goes, hey, that probably means she wants you to come over. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what that means. So I grab a bottle of wine, and because I'm getting her drunk and I'm fucking her. We get in the car and we drive to her place, and they're like they're just egging me on. They're pumping me up, and I'm like, cool, man. They're giving me all this pep talk, all this encouragement. And I get out of the car, I walk up to the front of her house, and it was pitch black. Like, all the windows, all the lights were out. And I'm like, oh, that probably means that she's lying naked in bed waiting for me. So I text her, hey, I'm right outside your place right now. And 10 minutes later, no response. 20 minutes later, no response. 30 minutes later, no response. I call my friends to pick me up. And I don't have a big finish for that story, but she probably was scared for her life later that morning. Anyway, thank you guys.
All right, next to the stage, Russell, Ryan, and then Joyce. Give it up for Russell.
Thank you, everybody. Kind of wanted to change. Get out of this hat. I'm gonna come on stage. Get out of this hat. Get out of this jacket. But it's too late now. I'm in the hat. I'm in the jacket. I'm on stage. Work with it. Deal with what the good Lord's given you. The good Lord didn't really. It was the goodwill that gave me this hat and jacket. I'll be honest with you. It was a pretty good one, huh? Good Lord, goodwill. Pulled that right out of there. And that's how it's going to be for the whole rest of the 5 minutes. That's what I got. A little bit of information about me. I'm hungry. I'm very hungry right now. And that's the way it's kind of been for the last week or so, because I don't get paid until Friday. It's kind of sad. I understand. But it's weird, you know. I'm on top ramen fumes, you know. Living hand to mouth. Which is like, I don't know why hand to mouth. I don't know what that is all about. That's hand to mouth. There's no food in it. So it's just my hand going to my mouth at this point. Just sort of air that I'm going off of right now. I don't know where the term hand to mouth comes from, you know? I don't know where that started from. Probably a book, something like that. I don't know why it would come from a book. Again, keep in mind that I haven't eaten. I'm very hungry right now, and I would like anyone in the audience, if you have canned goods or just whatever you can throw me. I went to the bank and, I gave them my check. They gave back the money. Which I find is a standard procedure, really. Nothing really out of the ordinary there. There was a guy at the bank right now, and he was freaking out, which I love to see that. Don't you just love to see other people pissed and having a shitty day? I don't like it when it's happening to me, but I really like to just sit there and watch that guy freak out, and then I go, hey, man, relax, calm down, which never really seems to calm him down. In my experience, he turned around, he got upset with me. I gave him a little pectoral flex, and he immediately went about his business. Just a pectoral flex. Do the two. You ever do that? You ever get up in the morning, just look in the mirror, give yourself a little double pectoral flex? Make sure you still got them. Hey man, I didn't have pecs when I was a kid. You know? Not like you guys, 6 years old, big set of manly fucking muscle tits. I didn't have that. You know? Ryan O'Flanagan, 6-pack when he was like 3 probably. 4. Pit hair when he's 6. Pubes, 9. Just a trend, just a big, just like a picture like one of them things that Darwin did, where it's like just a little monkey baby and then Ryan O'Flanagan, just dick getting bigger every time. Swinging. Solid, good genetics, that's what that is. Nutrition. Okay, that's the theme of this set, I just realized. I'm not getting it. That's why I'm prison fit is what I am. You know, I don't go to the gym. I stay fit in my room. I do various, exercises by myself. You know, I do this one where I grab a hold of my hard penis and tug on it. I didn't have to get filthy. I didn't really feel like that's appropriate. It's really, had I had maybe a sandwich today or something, that would have been a little bit more cleaned up, but it wasn't. It was dirty. Actually, I'm stopping that, really, the masturbating. Still going to talk about it on stage, though, as if I were still doing it, because it's comedy gold. Even if I don't do it in real life. A lot of this stuff doesn't happen in real life, and I still talk about it. You know what I mean? Don't let that stop you. These are jokes. You can do whatever you want. I was flying today. These fucking wings I had on my back. Just flying around, checking people out, swooped down, grabbed Jeremiah Watkins with my talons, picked him up in the air, and he begged me, please don't drop me. I said, when you start writing some better jokes, you son of a bitch. What's that shit with the guys paying the tab? It's nonsense. You and I are going to go on tour together, and it's going to be called Sorry, Everybody. That's what I need, man. I found it. I came to LA and I said to myself, you got no act. You got no talent. You just need to hook up with someone who's equally as shitty. I think I found my buttercup right there. And then we do this ending closer where we both come out together and we just fucking do ridiculous until people just start walking out. And then the trick is if you're the last guy there, you get a prize, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You've won! And we all go flying out in a glass elevator. Not a very good movie. Better sequel, I think, with Johnny Depp, part 2. I didn't really like that one either. I saw it in the drive-in, which is a good thing. I like going to the drive-in movie theater. You know what I mean? You go in, you get the back seat down, sit back, you take your pants off, you watch the movie, you enjoy. You got the little walkie-talkie, okay? Which I think it's a walkie-talkie if I'm not mistaken. So hungry right now. I am fading slowly. My mind is like it's shutting out like a TV station, like the old TV sets in the 50s. Just boo. You think that's what Jesus did? Like when he ascended to heaven, I wonder about that. Like when Jesus ascended to heaven, because I was wondering, what's the second time Jesus died? He died once, right? He goes into the cave, and then he comes back, right? How did he die a second time? Okay? See, I didn't know about that. Because it would be unfortunate if he just kind of walked out and was like run over by a chariot or something like that. It would kind of defeat the whole purpose. But he ascended to heaven. So I was wondering, like, do you think that's a long way to go, to just watch a guy ascend to heaven. That's a long time. Just, there he goes. Like a balloon. Was it like a balloon, like flying away? Like, because, I mean, you have to stop looking at some point. I just wonder if he just got smaller and smaller and he just went, boop. Or maybe he, like, spun up in the air. He like twirled. None of that happened. Of course he didn't. That's ridiculous to even assume that. He probably just floated up there. There was probably no noise or anything like that, like a boop 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 boop. What probably happened is none of it happened. Okay, atheism. Didn't see that one coming through the back door, did you? Boom. The good book. I'm reading a book about the Bible right now. Actually, it's called The Bible. It's called Idiot's Guide to the Bible, which is like those dummies books, only it's like even worse. Like, what the fuck, man? Idiot's Guide, the complete dipshit moron's guide to stuff. Easy book. Come on. If I want this kind of treatment, I'll go somewhere where they treat people like that. Okay? You enjoying this internet? Are you lighting me? Yeah. Are you the lighting guy? When the fuck did this happen? Did we have a meeting?
3 minutes ago.
I got lit 3 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Where?
You got lit 4 minutes ago.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Where? Where's the light?
Right here.
Oh my god. I thought you were just turning on the lamp. Holy shit, dude. Was that why you guys weren't laughing? Were you like, what a dick? I had no idea I got lit. I'm sorry, man. I apologize. Thanks.
That's the light. That's all right. All right. Next up, Ryan, followed by Joyce, and then Tony. Give it up for the man who had pubes at 9, Ryan O'Flanagan.
Thanks, guys.
Now I gotta do a 1 minute set just to make up for that. That was so funny. Sorry. I never seen you flash the lamp like that. Things got tense. He's usually so calm. Rush was talking about my pubes. People ask that question. Hey, do the carpets match the drapes? People say that when they want to know what your pubes look like, you know. And but this girl asked me, hey Ryan, do the carpets match the drapes? You know what I mean? I was like, hey, I actually just redid my carpet to make my furniture look bigger. She was like, oh really? Well, I'm an interior designer with a master's in textile function. I think I could do some cool things with your apartment. I was like, well, I'm no longer following this innuendo. She was like, you're being evicted. This is no longer your apartment. I was like, oh, shit, sorry. I have this gay friend who's, he kind of like hits on me, kind of like a sarcastic way. Sometimes it gets kind of weird. Like he texted me, he goes, hey, send me a picture of your junk. I was like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not weird. So I just sent him as a joke. I sent him like a picture of my trash can with like garbage in it, you know, and then me in the background sucking a dick. So I'm not weird. I do like depth of field. People always talk about, or people say how, I feel so bad for fruit flies. No one ever says this. People say, I feel bad for fruit flies. They only live 1 day. You only get 1 day on this earth. I was like, yeah, but they fly too. They get gift of flight. Like if you could fly, but you only have 1 day left to live, you'd be like, yeah, okay, sure. Okay. Can I fly? Yes. So I don't really feel bad, but I feel like worms have a much sadder. They're probably like the saddest existence, much sadder than a fruit fly. Like if you're a worm, you wake up in the morning, you're already in the dirt to start the day. Half your family's been eaten by the early birds, you know, and you're like, no, screw it. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna start my day. I'm gonna get over this. And you go and you squirm your way, you wriggle your way to the sidewalk, ready to start the day. Then you realize, no, man, I don't have legs at all. And then you just cook to death on the sidewalk. That's the life of a worm. You just burn. And people walk by and they're like, worm, gross. What a gross piece of shit, people say. I have a dog named Lucy. She's a real sweetheart and a little cocker spaniel. And whenever she does something wrong, like gets into the trash or whatever, I always go, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. You know, it's an I Love Lucy reference. She gets it. We have fun. Well, one time we tried to like reenact an episode of I Love Lucy with her. I took a bunch of like chocolates, a bunch of Hershey Kisses. I stuffed them all in her mouth as many as I could, as fast as I could, you know. And I was like, Lucy, you got some splendid. Oh my God, no! Guys, don't give chocolate to dogs. They die. They die right before your eyes. I tried to give her mouth to mouth, but it was too delicious. Chocolate. I love chocolate. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
All right. Oh, well, help find the mic. All right, next up, Joyce, followed by Tony, and then Anthony. Give it up for Joyce. Woo! Yeah.
There's no graceful way to grab that stool, but he did it anyways. Hey, guys. Hey, online viewers, friends. I don't have any family in here, but anyways. I try not to do observational comedy. You know, I try to keep it personal. It's about me, because at the end of the day it is. But I can't help, every time I hear that song, Jesus Walks, on the radio, like, you know, Jesus, God, show me the way, because the devil trying to break me down. That song, in case you guys didn't know, I had to just sing it to remind you. Like, Kanye might need to rethink that. Like, Jesus walks. Like, I don't want to sit down and listen. Jesus walks. Like, what the? Moses walks. I need room. I'm learning this. I'm learning as I go here, you guys. I'm gonna tell this joke. Moses walks like that. I don't know how many steps Jesus took before he was like crossed off. But Moses, that motherfucker walked like for 40 days and 40 nights through the freaking desert. He brought people with him. He even came to an ocean, saw that he couldn't walk. Oh, what am I gonna do? I'm not Jesus. I can't walk on water. Which, by the way, walking on that puts a Band-Aid over the problem. It doesn't really solve the real issue here, which is the water. So Moses parted the water and brought everyone with him. And then after that, they sang the Mi Hamohai. It was awesome. And then they closed the ocean back up, which is amazing. Great. I have this really bad habit of chewing the inside of my lip. I like try not to do it on stage, but I was like, it looks like this when I do it. It's weird. Like I do it all the time. It's like a cow chewing their. Sometimes it has really good pieces too, though. Because it's like quirky. Oh, dead space. I wanted to bomb. I came to this mic to bomb. I didn't know it was gonna be on Open Mic Live on like the internet, so I was like, oh shit, maybe I should like, keep it real. But sometimes I go up just to do shitty, just because I learn so much from it, and I love learning because I'm a scholar and it's awesome. But I do have 2 more things I want to go over with you guys. Anyone have any questions so far? Comments, concerns, anything they'd like to add? You guys can't because I'm the only one talking, so. I feel like guys will look at girls, like, guys will try to go out to get girls to, like, take them home. And, like, I love animals. I'll go out and, like, try to, like, get dogs to take them home. And, like, I understand why guys target the vulnerable girls, though, because, like, that's gonna be the one. Like, I do the same when I'm looking for dogs, I know. Like, that'll be the one that, like, won't have a problem getting in my car, coming home with me later. You guys, I'm talking about cleaning up the streets of Los Angeles. You know? Bitches love me. Fuck money, get bitches. I hate money. I've been bartering lately instead, just like trading things because I'm broke. Off topic. Okay, 30 more seconds of joke. The 2 great. I feel like I'm an old soul. I feel like I have wisdom beyond my years. I want to let you guys know. It's only guys in here, but girls who are listening on the air. 2 greatest lies in life are: the check is in the mail, and I'll pull out. It's like, I've been screwed enough times to know that check is not coming. He is. It's bad. Thanks.
I like how people actually get worried about the fact that this is live. No one watches this online. This is really more for you guys to check out afterwards if you just want to see yourselves. And then maybe 3. If there is anyone watching, send me a message. I want to know who you are. Honestly. We have 3 more comics, guys. That's it. Just when we got to know each other and we were sharing all this, just 3 more. So give it up for Tony, who's next, and Anthony and Jamar. Give it up for Tony. Come on, guys. There we go.
All right. I forgot the first thing. All right. I said to my girlfriend, I think you have an oral fixation. And she said, you think? And that really offended me because of all the undeserved blowjobs I had been getting. And that's all I wanted to say about that. That's really more of a... She's my ex-girlfriend. You'll let me get at that pussy! I actually heard someone say that, and it really upset me. I got mad about it because I would never be that confident in my life to even hit on a girl, but I dated a girl for 4 years, and she was Mexican, and I never even said the word racist around her, let alone telling her her people were dirty and they shouldn't be in our country. Anyway, all right. Blatant racism. crowd is split here. I googled bird wiener. That actually happened, and I didn't even write penis. I googled bird wiener. My friend's like, "You've never seen a bird's penis?" I went with wiener. But I tweeted that I googled bird wiener, and I write for the Huffington Post, and they do your tweets on there. So on the Huffington Post, for a long time, because I wanted it to stay up there for some reason, just said I googled bird wiener. That's a true story from real life. Huh? It led to a bunch of other searches. I didn't see a bird wiener, but I did see a flying fuck. That happened. I also came across a video. I happened upon a video of a monkey mouth raping a frog, and it was insane. You can't really tell what's happening, and there's a lot of kids talking in the video, which makes it even. And he's just going at it with this. You see the frog, and then you see him grab him, and then he's just from behind. But then he goes on his back, and you just see two frog legs like that in the air. And then another time, I was watching this comedy video, and they showed a clip of a different clip that was much more graphic. That means that happened like 1 billion times. Like, monkeys are constantly mouth raping frogs. And I like to think about what happened when he went home to his family that night, and was like, you know, like his wife's like, "Hey, how was work at the plant?" And he's like, "Shut up, bitch!" Beats his tadpoles. And I think that's how General Warts got started. It was from monkeys. All right, like AIDS. Like AIDS gets started. One last thing. It's a trip to be homeless. It's weird because that's all you are when you're homeless. Like nothing, if you have hobbies, it doesn't matter. You're home. Like you could write symphonies and you're the homeless guy who writes symphonies. Which, by the way, if you are homeless, get out. You're not allowed inside places. But write some symphonies. Contribute to this fucking thing. All right, that's about it. Thank you guys for not leaving.
Did that all really come out from Googling bird wiener? Like you found I thought that was like you Googled bird wiener and then you found a monkey mouth raping a frog. Like, dear God, I'm not that I would Google bird wiener anyway, but it was like, Jesus Christ, that leads to weird things. Yeah, no, it does. This is true. You start with one thing and it goes off. 2 more left, guys. Next up is Anthony and then Jamar. Give it up for Anthony.
Give it up for your host. For hanging in there. It's a tough fucking job. God bless his soul. And God bless you guys for even hanging in there. Got one more because you can't even leave because oh man, how you guys been? Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, there's some pretty interesting internet stuff going on there. A lot of people were like sending shit now too. That's like we were like, hey, I just wanted you to check this out, and it's like you open it up, it's like dog humping a human. It's like has anyone gotten those? Yeah. Like randomly sent to you, like oh, what is this? And you're like, oh fuck, great. That's big right now, like dogs humping people. It's like I saw one with like 25 million hits. I'm like, holy shit! When did dogs humping humans become like the point of interest for our civilization? Holy shit. It's crazy. Yeah, but I hope no one's watching this. I mean, I would only pray to God. This is like a reputation ruiner almost, you know? It's like, do I come up here? It's awesome to hear like one hand clap. Like when you're like telling a fucking joke. Yeah, awesome. Try a couple new things. I seen much of Paris Hilton, which is awesome, first of all, which is great when you don't really hear about stuff like that. But I was thinking, she is so great at what she does. She's fucking great at, obviously. You know, like marketing, like fucking genius, you know, like chihuahuas. She made fucking chihuahuas like so popular, you know, like girls love chihuahuas. Like, yeah, oh, just, you know, you see them just like Paris Hilton. Like, I was thinking, she's like probably the only person that could probably make AIDS fashionable, you know? Like, market AIDS as fashionable. Like, this new purse goes great with my age. I don't know. No. Pushing it too far. AIDS and Paris Hilton, I know. Damn. Well, one thing that's nice about this place, I will say, is that you're not announced like a stripper. Like, you know, when you go to clubs. And as comics were announced sometimes, it's like, come to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Anthony, you know, which is like, what the fuck, it's so ridiculous, you know. But it's always the same voice, you know, like announcer voices at strip clubs or here. It's always the same, you know, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for, why isn't it ever like anything silly or fun? Like, why isn't the guy ever like, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for, you know, like, it's the most unoriginal voice that's ever happened, you know. And it's like strippers, too, like unoriginal names, always the same shit. My name's Champagne, my name's Covergirl, you know? Why can't it ever be like something crazy? Like, why can't you ever go to a strip club and be like, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, give it up for Steak Knife. That's right, Steak Knife. Be like, fuck yeah, awesome. Steak Knife. That'd be hot, dude. Everyone wants to see Steak Knife strip. Right? I'll leave you guys with this. It's so like fucking anti-homophobe with all the candidates, the new candidates right now. It's crazy. It's hard for me to believe that people are still like so like scared of homosexuals. Like, and they always say the same thing, you know. Homophobes are like, oh, I'm okay with gay people. I just don't want you touching me. I don't want them touching me. Like they're gonna get raped. Like you're never gonna turn on the news and it's gonna be like, today 4 men were brutally raped by a vicious gang of homosexuals. You know, never gonna happen. You might turn on the news and be like, today in the park, 50 gay men ripped off their shirts and danced to techno for a cancer benefit. You know, it's fucking crazy. God bless you guys. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next and final comic for the evening. Give it up for Jamar. That was my stripper one.
You guys can see my face, can you? Good. Man. Tired, dude. What's up? So horny. Like, look at this shit. It's crazy. When I get horny, man, you better watch out. I don't even know, man, there's a bunch of dudes in here. I'm like, you gotta watch the fuck out. Politics. Okay. My friend said, I wish I was a fly on the wall in the White House so I could hear how Barack Obama be talking to Michelle. He'd probably be like, bitch, didn't I tell you to shut up? That's what he said. And I said, man, you're wacky. And I said, I wish I was a roach on the wall in the White House so I could hear how Barack Obama talks to Michelle. Like, bitch, didn't I tell you to shake out your bag before we left Chicago? I go through a lot like you all. Like sometimes I feel alone in this world. It's just me, my worries, and not even a gay friend to say, hey man, it's not that bad. I mean, my dog just died because I fucked it and gave it AIDS. Oh yeah, and I have AIDS. Yeah, Jacoby, you're right. Retarded. You know why breast cancer isn't funny? It's because of language. You know, they call it breast cancer. Like if the doctor said, "Hey, ma'am, you got titty cancer." Yeah, we got to cut off your titties. They fucked up, like your nipples and shit falling off. Instead of amputating, like, yeah, we gotta cut them bad boys off. Testicular cancer, like, no, man, we got to cut your balls off. Yeah, one of your nuts fucked up, man. And one of them like bigger than the other and shit. Got to cut your balls off. That's always gotten the same response. Here. I like that politics joke. Arguing is normal. Every couple does it. My cousin Lamontre just got in a relationship. He's gay. Him and his dude has been arguing all week about the same shit. No, I'm the man. No, I'm the man. No, I'm the man. No, I'm the man. It was dope though because I got to be the voice of reason. Hey, you know what would make this a lot easier if one of you fags were just an actual woman. That shit. Alright, this is the last one, baby. I'm gonna bring this shit home. Okay, yeah, I'd be the worst relationship therapist ever because I ain't been in a ain't been in a relationship in since I was 14. So do you just be getting 14-year-old, a teenager relationship advice? Like, listen, man, if you want to keep this girl around, you gotta stop wearing them fucked up ass Jordans. Get your hair cut twice a week and buy her a bag of chips every now and then. Don't wait. Buy her a bag of chips every now and then. And, okay. How's the sex? Are you finger fucking? Huh? Finger fucking yet? Oh, you guys actually have sex. Whoa. You guys had to go down the aisle for that one. Or down the okay, whatever. Oh man, yeah. Those are my gems, baby. Man. All right, we're out of here, guys.
And with a leap of faith, we end Hollywood Stands Up Open Mic Live. Thanks a lot for coming out, guys. Next time we're up is this Friday, same time. Bye, internets. See you guys. Have a good one.